On Tolkien Reading Day, an unenthusiastic Peter Jackson potentially held at gunpoint, and a man best known for a weird vaccine song announced a new movie, The Lord of the Rings: The Shadows of the Past, written by the son of said vaccine man. Nepotism or simply keeping costs down? The basic premise is of Merry, Pippin, Sam, and Sam's daughter retracing their steps to Rivendell, adapting chapters left out of the original trilogy during Fellowship of the Ring. There is potential in such a premise, proven by Frieren beyond Journey's End, the story of an elf who spent the better part of 1,000 years in isolation, unbothered by the world, until Himmel the hero invites her to join Heiter, Eisen, and himself in journeying to the northernmost point of the continent to defeat the Demon King. The narrative begins upon the defeat of the Demon King and the celebrations to follow. Being immortal, Frieren is unbothered by the passage of time, a notion she is made aware of when reuniting with her companions 50 years later and seeing Heiter and Himmel, the two humans in the party, as old men, Eisen having aged far slower due to being a dwarf. After Himmel and Heiter's deaths, she learns of a place where spirits exist, far to the north where the Demon King's home was, and she sets off in the hopes of reconnecting with her former master, Flam, retracing the steps she took with her 3 companions, only this time with Fern, a ward taken on by Heiter in his twilight years as she is a war orphan, and Stark, Eisen's apprentice, a young man who fled his home during a demon attack. They help various people in the towns and villages they pass through, whether it be as simple as cleaning a statue or fighting demons left over from the time of the war, even making friends along the way, revealing parts of Frieren's character and how she has changed from the time she traveled with Himmel to how she is now, where in the past she merely followed, while now she is actively taking the lead, looking to the example Himmel set for everyone. Aspects of the original adventure are brought to light, and long-established tales are re-examined, distinguishing the difference between the legends and truth, creating wonderful parallels between the past and the present, while showing how the passage of time changes what people do, their ideals, and the places they live in. The morality within is similar to The Lord of the Rings, where demons are devoid of any humanity, like the hordes of Mordor, destroying as evil tends to without the ability to create. It's a wonderfully earnest and wholesome yarn overall, yet is gruesome when required, showcasing both the immense beauty within and the utter brutality the world is capable of inflicting, making the peaceful moments that much more endearing, and the violence all the more impactful. Exploring Middle-earth from this perspective has immense potential, provided the writer is well chosen, which he is not, to take a calm journey through Middle-earth without the pressure and urgency of the One Ring, allowing the characters to marinate in a particular location and engaging with it before moving on, seeing how things have changed in the interim. For example, what is Bree like now? Have humans migrated into Rivendell? What happened to the elven realm of Lothlorien? How is Edoras faring in Eowyn, or her children's rule? Meeting an aged Aragorn and Arwen, ruling the White City of Minas Tirith. If executed correctly, the potential for nostalgia and meaningful references are unbound, showing a contrast between the time of the War of the Ring and how Middle-earth is changing in peacetime, bringing rise to new, different types of conflict, hinting to the idea of how the past is already starting to fade and turn into legend due to the short lifespan of mankind, depicting a world that is bittersweet, filled with beauty with a hint of melancholy in what is forgotten. Unfortunately, this is 2026 and anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Most likely this will join the ranks of the Rings of Power and the War of the Rohirrim, pilfering the world for all it's worth, till all the gold that can be milked from it has been thoroughly pillaged, as with Star Wars, DC, Marvel, and countless other yarns, highlighting only the contempt the creatives of Hollywood has for the stories beloved by the customers paying their hard-earned money for. The fact it is spearheaded by a talk show host with no prior writing credits of note and written by his son is far from reassuring. In fact, the sentiment would be the same if Peter Jackson himself is returning, because as has been proven of late, none who work on the original stories are the same as they were when they were all at their peak. The Ridley Scott effect, I like to call it. This film will be yet another sacrifice upon the altar of destruction worshipped by the vacuous, disingenuous, pretentious Hollywood, who day by day show they have more in common with the orcs of Mordor in their pursuit of total desecration. Just watch Frieren Instead.